Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode. So today I did something stupid. Like, you guys remember in the last episode I said I was getting kind of bored? Well, I bought another fish tank. So literally the moment after I posted that video, I started looking around and I just saw this tank listed 120 gallons. And what I saw from the pictures was obviously this, and then what I saw was this little thing right here, exactly that much of it. And I'm like, that's a sticker for an innovative marine, which is, a pretty darn good brand. And 120 gallon tank, IM tanks are all glass. This would make, and I thought to myself, this would make a perfect frag tank. So I went over there, looked at it, and I was like, yeah, that looks pretty good. Obviously the tank itself is super dirty and I can clean it out. I've done it before to multiple tanks, but it has all the pumps in here, all the return pumps, which is pretty much all I needed anyways. I have thermometers. I'll probably need to get more lights because it's such a long tank, but I have a light right now. I have an extra auto top off, so I don't really need to buy anything extra to get this tank started. Yeah, no, it's sitting on an old mattress too. I just put it there for now, just because I didn't have anywhere to put it. But I'll probably mount this guy on cinder blocks, just because it's cheaper. And it's going to be a frag tank. And even better, I'm going to put it in my garage. So on the back wall facing the door, I'm going to put it where this guy is, so I have an outlet right there to use. And I've always contemplated putting a frag tank in the garage, just because my wife doesn't really like it when I have more than one tank in the house. So a garage is a pretty good alternative. Now, when you put a tank in a garage, there's a few considerations you have to make sure of. One, pesticides, which number one, I don't use anywhere in my house. So that's good. Occasionally some weed killer, but that's like once every 2-3 years, because I don't really have a weed issue. So any kind of chemicals I don't use in my garage. It's always pretty clean. The only issue I would have would be exhaust from the car, but I don't idle the car in the garage ever, so that's not a big deal. The only issue I have to worry about is temperature swings, but I would just need to get a chiller, and then 2 of the thermometers would be enough to keep this guy heated. The only issues with this tank that I could see so far was there's a little bubbling right there. But that to me isn't too bad. I've seen worse. My current 525 XL is actually worse than that. It's definitely scraper damage. There's a little bubble right here. That's not too bad either. I'm not gonna have to worry about dirt or detritus making it worse, as long as it's level, just because I won't have any sand in this tank. It's going to be a bare bottom frag tank. This side was pretty okay. There's a little bit of damage. There's a little damage. It's kind of hard to focus, but there's a little damage right there as well. But yeah, I think it's gonna work. I don't know if I'll, keep it for long term, but it's just kind of something to have fun with. And for the amount of money I spent on it, it's kind of worth it. If it does end up leaking, I could see about resealing it. I did pay not that much for it. Worst case, it leaks, it breaks, and then I'll let my wife smash it with a hammer for wasting, $200 on it. But yeah, it looks pretty good, and we'll get started soon. It's another day, and as you can see, I kind of have the stand part finished, and then what I'm going to do is I got a couple 2x4s. I'm going to build a frame for the tank to sit on top of, to something that I know for sure is going to be flat, And then between the frame and the stand, I'll probably have to use some shims to even it out. But we'll see kind of how everything goes. All right. Now, as you can see, I kind of moved it. It was on against this wall, but now it's against the left wall. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I want to keep it here. It's kind of just not in the way, and there's still plenty of room for my car to park. And it's pretty much balanced. I had a little bit of extra like turquoise paint left, so I just kind of gave it a quick little touch up. On top here is just a little old yoga mat. It's nothing interesting. And then yeah, it doesn't wobble on any corner. And then I am just waiting for one of my friends to come by. He's gonna help me lift this tank up on here, and then we'll go ahead and get the sucker running. All right, so tank is up. I've almost got the water added. Now, I was gonna show you guys me actually putting water in the tank. I mean, not that, as well as putting the tank on, but to be honest, I was so eager to get it filled that I kind of forgot to video record it. But yeah, water is going in there now, and it should be filling up the back chambers soon. I'll connect most of the pumps, and then I also have some vinegar that I'm gonna throw in there and just let it run for a little while. And then one thing you'll notice is this tank is not even. Water is flowing in there already, but I'm not getting any over there, so I'll need to adjust the stand, which is fine. I thought it was even, but I guess not once, we put all the pressure on and it's flattening out the wood. So I'll probably have to add some shims. Either way, we'll have to drain this once I'm done cleaning it, because it'll be full of vinegar, so no harm, no foul there. I'm just going to let the back fill up, turn the pumps on, then just let it run for a while to get all these calcium deposits and everything out, because it is kind of gross in there. And then get all the remaining sand out as well, because we will be running bare bottom, so there's no reason to have those. But yeah, we're gonna let it fill up till I can get the back full, and then we'll go ahead and get started with running the pump and getting this guy cleaned up. Got the vinegar to pour in there. Some people prefer citric acid or whatever, but I have vinegar on hand, and there's nothing in this tank. Nothing I'm really worried about, messing up, so why not? All right, so it's now the next day. So it's been running for the last 24 hours pretty much. Hopefully it's a lot of this crud off, which will be good. I'll try to clean up this whole back wall, the front as well. I did run into one issue though, is that these pumps that came with it, they're Mighty Jets. They're pretty nice pumps. A lot of power for a small package. As I was filling the tank up, I freaking left them in there. So they're all waterlogged. They're just sitting on the floor. I just broke this one open. As you can see right there, there's some moisture. I tried to get all the water out, and there is a little bit of moisture on this guy as well. So I'm just gonna let them dry off. Hopefully they work, because they're pretty nice pumps and I hate to kind of lose them. But yeah, we're gonna put some muscle into it and try to get all this whatever crud I can get off. I especially want to clean up these little corners right there that might have a little bit of the, silicone issue, just in case. Like I said, it's gonna be a bare bottom, so it's not really a big deal, but I'd really like to make sure this tank doesn't explode. That's actually like half the reason I decided to put in the garage and not inside my house, because of those small spots I saw here and there, and this is a lot of water. So yeah, let's go ahead and get started and let's clean this guy up. So for this cleaning, I'm just keeping it basically pretty simple. I'm hoping that the vinegar cleaned up pretty much everything that's in this tank, like at least softened it so I can just scrape it off. So I just got your regular old scraper that I actually use for my 3D printer, and then a magic eraser, because this guy always works wonders. If you do plan on using a magic eraser, make sure it is the non scented or flavored or whatever kind. It's just like the original one. That way you don't get any chemicals, because the other one is just, just foam, so you don't have to worry about anything. But yeah, let's go ahead and get started. So it's been another couple days. I finally got this guy filled. It takes a long time to make enough water to fill this sucker, but basically I have everything filled up. I'm still waiting on some of these pumps to clean up, as far as, like all the little chunky bits of those little feather dusters. But yeah, everything is filled up for now. Waiting on those pumps to clean up. I have the middle one going just to get the overflow kind of working. But yeah, I got a couple heaters in there going just to start heating the water up. I did a water change on my main tank and used that water to fill this tank, so maybe a little of that bacteria will come back. I have some live rock in that old tank as well that I'm going to put in this tank to kind of seed it. We'll probably throw them in the back chambers over there just to get that biological load up and running. But yeah, next thing we're gonna do is get some egg crate, and I'll figure out how I want to layer it. We'll get the light off my sump and put it onto this tank, that Red Sea LED, and yeah, we'll see how it goes. So far it's going pretty good. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put some dry pieces of rock in the back for biological filtration, just to have some live rock in there to make the tank more stable. I got a couple pieces of these dry kind of Tonga looking things. These are man-made, they're not real, but I mean, they should still hold bacteria nonetheless. And this is dry, it's not wet. I have a couple of wet pieces in my tank that I'm going to throw in here too, but we're going to throw a couple of these in just to give it that, little extra boost. So we're just going to shove them all the way back here, all the way through. We're going to leave it pretty open. I don't want it to like compact and get a bunch of detritus and everything, but it should help kind of get it started, make it more stable. Now this guy actually has a pretty good look. It's like a shelf. This one I might actually just keep right in front. For now, let's just throw it. We'll throw it right here, because, why not? Yeah, if I could get it to stay on something and it just stood like that, that'd be kind of cool. But I'll need to like grill it onto like acrylic or something to get it to stay. But yeah, we just got a bunch of these little bits of rock, so we'll just throw them in there. Not really a big deal or nothing. So this is the current state of my sump. Obviously the lights are not on because it's a little early in the day, but all these corals here, minus a few that are kind of disgusting, I'm just gonna throw into that frag tank. Everything down there is going in there too. And then the live rock I'm gonna grab is gonna be from here. let's get these kind of out of the way. There's one big chunk. Yeah, this guy. Let's see if we can rinse him off a little bit. That for sure is going into the frag tank. And there's like one more in there. Yeah, there's a couple good sized pieces. There we go. Yeah, that's a real good size piece. I mean, there's plenty of live rock in the tank, so I'm not really worried or anything. And it also makes this not a detritus trap anymore. So I'll be able to get that out. Ooh, I have some Cheeto in here. That's crazy. You see that little blob? I didn't think I had any more of this. That's funny. It hasn't been growing in freaking forever. Hey, that's awesome. It's still alive. Yeah, there's like one clamshell or something in there, and that's it. But yeah, that's gonna go into the tank right now. And yeah, let's get it in there before it dies. Alright. So I've been working on it for most of the night, and it's pretty much up. Water's cleared up. I have 2 of the 3 pumps working. One of the pumps unfortunately would not start. It's like seized because it's probably been sitting there forever. But that's okay. I'll probably just buy another one or some other replacement. It's been working great on 2. I have the rocks in. Of course, you can see all the wires here, and that's just terrible. I'll work on that during the week. I just want to have it set up, get the water in so that it has a chance to cycle, even if it, doesn't, because I do have some live rock in there, which is good. But it's nice to see that everything is ready, it's cleaned up, it's pretty much ready to go. So I'm just gonna let it sit here for the week, just do some top off just to make sure it doesn't evaporate, make sure everything's good to go, and then hopefully by end of next week, we'll be able to start cutting and putting corals in. Now there is only one last thing to do, and is to christen it with one of my stickers. Should I put it on the coral? Not a coral, on the corner, or should I put it right smack dab in the middle? For now, let's put it right in the middle. I think that'd be pretty cool, actually. Blammo. Ready to go. So now we just gotta wait a little bit, and I'll see you guys next time. Thanks for watching.